This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and fire. All right, let's talk about it.
Go ahead, he knows.
We saw Pay to Lose. We saw a nosedive affair. Terrence Crawford got exposed tonight. Terrence Crawford was getting touched up like nobody's business. Terrence Crawford went across the street, and across the street ain't it. Let me say it again. Terrence Crawford went across the street, and across the street ain't it. Terrence Crawford got exposed. He got touched up way too much tonight. Sean Porter, unfortunately, he was in on the Pay to Lose along with his father. So they had to give you a scripted version. All of this, Sean Porter basically was hitting the ground. We know the fight shouldn't have ended. If he was able to continue, he should have continued. But man, he did such a great job as a fighter. He deserved an Oscar for his performance. His dad deserves Fraud Father Oscar of the Year. Sean Porter deserves Going Along with the Son Oscar of the Year. Let me say it again. Kenny Porter deserves Fraud Father Oscar of the Year. And Sean Porter deserves Going Along with It Son Oscar of the Year. They both deserve Oscars because they both did a hellified performance in faking this fight, and faking the fiasco, and faking the fact that what we saw was not real boxing. What we saw was a shit show. What we saw was a clown show, and what we saw was fake. Nothing about Terrence Crawford tonight tells you that he's special. Fight fans have now come to the underlying conclusion. They've come to the undercurrent truths, and they come to the cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat fashion that when he fights Errol Spence, he's going to be in a precarious situation. When he fights Errol Spence, he's going to be in trouble. He's going to get mangled. He's going to get punished, and he's going to get bulldozed. He's going to get steamrolled, and he's going to get plowed through. This is exactly what's going to happen when he faces him, whenever that may be. He Knows Everything got into it with Terrence Crawford's sister. I want you guys to see in the background. She basically gave her assessment, and He Knows Everything G-checked her. I know this is creating buzz because there's a lot of likes behind the comment of what I said, but it was the truth. You know, when you come in the most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth fashion, when you're telling a truth of the fact of the matter, it has to be put out there. This fight was bullshit. This fight was fuck shit. This fight is exactly what it's always been, top-ranked strange. We had the Kell Brook debacle with the delayed punch that made Kell Brook look like he knocked him out. Sean Porter was not hit with any shot that put him in any precarious situation. He was grazed. Kell Brook was grazed. There's a tendency that's happening. There's a pattern that's happening with Spence leftovers. And when you have Errol Spence shaking his head like this, it's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, But it dawned in fight fans' minds, and it dawned in their cerebellum. It dawned in their medulla oblongata. It dawned in their corpus callosum that when Spence fights Crawford, he's going to mangle him. When Spence fights Crawford, he's going to punish him. When Spence fights Crawford, he's going to demolish him. Fight fans got the message, and they got it loud and clear. And they understand. Whenever those two face each other, good fucking night for Terrence Crawford. Because we saw an ineffective aggression style fighter when he was allowed to fight that was beating Terrence Crawford to the punch, landing blows on him consistently. This was the same Terrence Crawford, his Budman fans, Terrence Crawford fanboy man crushers that was sitting here telling you, oh man, if it's Bud's not going to get touched up like that. Bud is not going to get beat up like that. Once again tonight, Terrence Crawford got exposed at the highest levels. But what it also revealed is how dirty the sport of boxing is. In so many years that you watched the fight, you guys have watched from November 6th with Cinnamon Toast Crunch versus Caleb Plant, that nosedive affair, that paid to lose affair, all the way up to November 20th. 2 weeks later, another nosedive affair, another paid to lose affair. Boxing is really in the fucking gutter. Because boxing keeps revealing to you guys that they have to prop up these false fucking idols. Terrence Crawford is a false idol, a shining beacon they put up in front of you. But when he fights Errol the True Spence, he's going to be regressed into a false idol. When it's all said and done, Crawford and Porter, it didn't disappoint with the paid to lose element. It didn't disappoint with the nosedive affair order. What it revealed is that the three-pronged monster of economics, politics, and pugilism in boxing is very rampant, is very real, and it's very true. And if that's not the cold-hearted, that's not the unadulterated, and that's not the cutthroat true tale of fashion, then I don't know what is. When it's all said and done, I think the saying goes, I keeps the foot on the wood on the digs. I keeps the foot on the wood on the digs. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.
Go ahead, he knows.